Hi, hello. Today I have a very interesting topic, and I was inspired to talk about this because of a session. Um, the topic that I wanted to kind of talk to you about was complimenting. It's like both the ways, like how well can you compliment somebody and how well can you receive a compliment. So I remember when I was a little young, and when I think I had just finished my MSc and I was like trying to figure out where I wanted to go. I remember back then, um, anytime I was given a compliment, I would feel very apprehensive about it. Like I would not be able to accept it, and I would always kind of guess, second guess, like, did I even deserve it? Why are they giving me a compliment? Um, like, what is, like, are they teasing me or something like that? And I noticed that even when I wanted to give a compliment to somebody, I couldn't. um, i was always I was always very shy to just go and approach and just tell somebody that maybe they have a nice bag, or maybe they have pretty hair, or maybe like they have what they're wearing is really nice, or maybe they sound good, or just anything. And it's so funny that I I kind of started practicing this a little later, uh, to be able to accept compliments. I started giving compliments, even if it was awkward in the beginning. Um, I would I tried to do that. Like I would just give somebody a compliment without really thinking about what they would say, or if they would be rude or just something like that. I don't know if you can relate, but that's how I started giving compliments. Like I started giving compliments, and that is when I realized that giving compliments, or being able to receive somebody's compliment, is actually one of the greatest ways of showing kindness to somebody. And um, I felt like it kind of can make your day. If either you can make somebody's day, or somebody can make your day. And even if you end up complimenting somebody, and when they receive it so well, it kind of does make your day. So the reason I wanted to talk about this today is because I was in a session with somebody, and I've had these kind of sessions with my clients before, where they're like, I really want to receive the compliment, but I cannot find myself to say that I really deserve it. And I kind of try to justify why they should not be complimenting me. And I get that, I've been there. Um, but I think somewhere we do that because obviously we don't trust and believe in ourselves, but somewhere, without realizing, we forget that the other person sees something in us. And maybe because they see something in us, they've taken the time to actually compliment us. And instead of second guessing it, maybe we should just accept it and just say thank you. And it doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not, or it doesn't matter whether um, to kind of try and figure out as to why should they compliment you. I think it makes sense if you just pause and say that, okay, this person has taken the time to compliment me. They see something in me, even if I don't see that in me, and I'm really grateful. So thank you. I think that's the biggest ways of showing kindness to another person, sometimes even to yourself. And I feel like we do that, right? Like when we compliment somebody, we see something in them. whatever it may be. And if I feel like if we don't go and tell them that, hey, you know what, I really like this thing about you, or this looks really nice on you, or I really like the way you said this, we kind of disrespect them also in a way, wherein, well, in a way where, we feel like they have this quality that needs to be appreciated, but we don't do that, and we hold back. So it's an act of compassion. It's an act of kindness that definitely should be done in a way that can be very uplifting, and in a way that is genuine, um, of course. So this is something that I was having a conversation with a client, and um, I've had like a conversation very similarly with a client earlier, where she was like, I know I like the compliment, but I don't know what to do about it. Like, if I accept it, am I being too egotistical, or am I kind of trying to just fool myself, or do they even mean it, or are they trying to, like, just make fun of me? And towards the end, I was like, how does it matter? You received the compliment, somebody gave it to you. Now, to go and research and go and dissect the intentions and everything is just so energy draining. Why not just accept the compliment and say, okay, you know what, thank you, this is great. I mean, at the end of the day, even if the other person has kind of said something mean about you, or they were trying to make fun of you, you kind of liked the compliment in itself. So how does it matter? And I know these are very silly, sometimes these are really silly things, or these are things that may seem silly to us, but they can really help us in the long run when, we're searching for that little bit of confidence, or we're searching for something that can make us feel good about ourselves. And I think this is one of the biggest things that we can do. I started doing this even on social media, like even on Instagram. I would go, and if like, I follow book bloggers, I follow a lot of people who make really amazing digital content, and I do go and I compliment them for their posts if I really like it, if I resonate with it, or I will definitely go and appreciate what they're trying to say. And I can understand how important it is for them, obviously, but I feel really nice, like I feel like I'm a part of something that they created, and that is how I see it when it comes to like social media and everything. Even when I am doing something for like my podcast or something, I often get messages where people tell me, hey, you have a really nice voice. And initially it felt like a surprise to me, but the more that I heard it, now it feels like I know this is coming. Like, I know that this is a compliment I'm going to receive. And it feels so funny to me, because the same thing early on I would start second guessing it, like, really, do I really have a nice voice, or are they just saying it? But now when I keep receiving it, it's like I know it's coming. It's that believable now. It has this, like, similarly with the kind of social media that I do, the posts that I put, or the aesthetics that I'm going for. Initially, when I was doing something, when I started doing, well, not intentionally also, but I was just going with the flow with what I wanted to do on Insta, and it just kind of happened. When I initially would receive things like, hey, your social media is really nice, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but sure. And now I hear so much of it that I know that it's coming. It's that believable now. And I've seen this happen even when I'm complimenting somebody, and I know that they've heard this before. Like, I know that they've heard this before, but it's kind of believable for them now. Like, they know that it's coming. So I feel like with compliments, there is also a certain kind of practice of accepting, receiving, which is obviously not going to be as simple in the beginning, but it's not going to be believable in the beginning, but I think the more that it happens and the more that we start accepting and we become comfortable in giving them too, um, we kind of get acquainted with the idea of compliments and appreciation. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but I have seen this happen a lot for me. I've seen this even with clients where we've kind of experimented on, you know what, just for a week, go compliment people. And I have seen that when that experiment is done and they come back and they tell me, oh my god, it was amazing, like I loved doing that, and I didn't know that I could appreciate so much, or I could, that I liked these things, that I could really appreciate people for it. And turns out they also started becoming a lot more relaxed with receiving compliments, where they're like, okay, if I can give it, I can also receive it. So I know um, it's a very general topic, but I have seen the kind of impact that it creates, and I have been talking a lot about compliments recently with a lot of people, especially with clients, and I thought, this is something that I wanted to discuss. So even in one of the modules for the program that is there is praising and appreciating yourself. And I feel that this particular thing, like if you cannot appreciate yourself, go appreciate others. Like just go and appreciate other people genuinely, and you will automatically start feeling comfortable with the idea of appreciating yourself. And it works very miraculously, but you need to kind of let go of that initial hesitation and just go do it. I don't know if this makes sense to you, or if you've done something like this, and if you probably feel like you want to do this again. I don't know, if let's say you're like feeling a little less confident in something, do you want to just go and compliment others and appreciate others for whatever that they do, and see how it makes you feel? Do you feel that it will kind of uplift you in some way, or do you feel like it will in a way help you with that confidence? um, I don't know, just try it out, see how you feel. And yeah, this was an interesting topic, I felt, so I wanted to like just talk about it today. Do let me know how you feel. What is the one compliment that you have received which has now become believable, but it wasn't so much in the beginning? I'd really like to know. You can DM, you can comment, you can write to me, whatever works for you. And thank you so much for watching this, and thank you so much for patiently watching this. And I will talk to you soon.